Hi folks, good morning. It's Adrienne here from Room to Meditate, and I just recently got some inspiration to do a little video to talk to you about what's going on in the United States right now. All this stuff with the elections and whatnot always gets us super excited, but this time around seems to be unusually bizarre, really pushing our senses to the limit, and I believe this is all being done for a very specific reason, and I'd like to just kind of talk to you about that, see if people agree as well. And at the end of the video, I'm going to do a little meditation, a healing meditation, to help us all feel a little bit better about what's going on. So today is March 16th, so it's coming up to 2016, and it's coming up to, of course, the spring solstice and full moon. And and from what I understand, if you kind of subscribe to this stuff, is there's also a lot of energy that's being sent to the planet right now. So there's a lot going on energetically. We're in the middle of Pisces right now. Pisces being a very empathic sign. It's wisdom in our emotions. So it's the 12th sign, end of the astrological year. It's very, very significant. And it's a great time for us to be purging all of, those last little nooks and crannies of issues, stuff that we've really been holding on to, right down into the corners and the dust and whatnot. So that's all good stuff. But it's making things pretty rocky, crazy. We're feeling pretty unstable right now. And, that's okay as long as we know what's going on and, how we can best utilize that. So, okay, so that brings me to what's going on right now in the United States. Okay, so hope this all comes out correctly in the way that I intend it to. But, okay, so starting with the United States, in terms of how it's significant in our global system, let's say in terms of chakras. So I'm a Reiki master, and I work with chakra system in terms of understanding kind of how the body is set up and where we hold certain vibrations and whatnot. So I use that in my healing process. So I'll just explain to you that there are 7 chakras, and they're little energy centers that spin around, and we each have them, and all sentient beings have them. And the earth also has them. So if you want to Google, you can look up earth chakras, energy centers, and it'll show you. So the United States just happens to be, and North America, but specifically United States over a little near California. I don't know exactly, but anyway, is the root chakra. So the first chakra, our root chakra, has to deal with our safety and security, like our physical needs. So it's like our very first, chakra that we develop in terms of our physical needs. So being fed, having a roof, feeling physically warm, comfortable, that kind of thing. So the United States being our, global earth or root chakra, really is concerned with security. So it makes sense that they're really quite obsessed with the military, and money. So money is another way of feeling secure, obviously. So if you have your money, you're going to feel like that root chakra is is solid, and generally that you're going to feel like you can move forward. So when our root chakra is not balanced and we're not feeling secure, that's when we start to feel those really base fears. That's really just about survival and whether or not we can actually survive. So we get very, very close, very protective of ourselves, our families. It might be like if we're feeling that way, we might hoard things. We might eat a lot, that kind of thing. So stuff to really like make us feel physically good. I mean, if we're feeling good, we may exercise, those kinds of things. But yeah, it really has to do with our physical being here on the planet and our survival. So that being said, we're very, very susceptible to any changes, any activities, and any disruptions in that root chakra area of our planet. So that is why many, many things occur in the States and sort of are central there in terms of direction. Okay, so my belief of what's going on right now with all this election stuff is that there are folks who know just as much as we do, and astrologers and everything else, what's going on with the energy with the planet. So the fact that we're in Pisces right now and things are really, really emotional and pretty, there's a lot of turmoil, and we're definitely purging a lot of emotion and not feeling, super grounded and solid. So that's being taken advantage of right now. And don't they just love to get us super, super, super riled up? So good, bad, probably bad is, or negative is what they're going for. Anything that's going to make us feel like things are unstable and not solid and not, expected, and that, basically our basic safety, our security, our survival is being threatened. And that's going to get us all crazy and up in arms and whatnot. And two reasons for this. I mean, one reason is that, as soon as if we start feeling good and raising our vibrations and those kinds of things, and that's kind of contrary to some folks' agendas on the planet, we're not easily controlled that way. Start thinking for ourselves, start going out and doing crazy things like, starting our own businesses and, going off the grid and, not... and really waking up and starting to see things for what they are. So as soon as stuff like that starts happening, then, all of a sudden we get all riled up and, some big terror attack happens, something to get us really, really, really upset, really, and throw us off course, right? So bring us right down. So, as soon as our vibrations start to rise, can hit us in that root chakra, and it kind of brings a lot of people right back down to just those basic needs and fear. So fear, that's where that particular kind of fear lives. The other reason is that I believe that there are entities that are still around, that are still, pulling some strings and doing stuff. And traditionally, they feed off of this energy. So when we're very emotional and it's kind of out of control, it's like candy to them. They love it. They feed off of it. It energizes them. So they just want more and more. So the more riled up we are, the more, better it is for them. So I'll just like quick example of in history, just recently. So when was it? Like 2006 when Al Gore came out with The Inconvenient Truth, and all of a sudden everybody started to super care about the planet and really wake up, and and everybody out's wearing t-shirts and being super aware, and all of these environmental laws were passed. And I know, like, I live in Ontario, and we had some amazing things happen here. Green belt protection, deciding to close the coal-fired plants, like crazy stuff that would never have been considered in the past, got full momentum and full support. So, it really looked like a lot of things were going to change. Like, everybody was kind of on board. Then, all of a sudden, the economy crashes big time. And I dare you to explain exactly how that all went down. But essentially, this financial system that was created by a few folks collapsed under its own weight. But I'm sure that the timing was not coincidental in any way, because again, here we are feeling all good and giving and wonderful and, ready to save the planet. And then kaboom, everybody all of a sudden is like, oh gosh, I'm in debt, I'm going to lose my house, I'm going to lose everything, my retirement, and it becomes very, very focused on, again, just survival. And so yeah, I don't think any of this is coincidental in any way. Same with, if you look at a lot of the terror attacks, I'm sorry to say, and I'm not going to get all controversial here, I do believe they happen and everything. And it's very complex, but I do try to be aware of the timing of things and how coincidental it seems to be when, things seem to be on an upswing, and then all of a sudden something big and horrible happens. So, so my message to all of you, and especially, people who are really, really working on bringing the light to the planet, doing everything they can, either just on a personal level or, out trying to do healing and whatnot. I know with myself, ever since I started doing this, I've become actually quite a bit more sensitive. I was sensitive already. Now I've become quite a bit more sensitive to these shifts and these energies and what's going on, and I can literally feel it. Back in November, actually, my family and I went on a vacation, and where we were, there wasn't a lot of TVs around or anything, but just it was November 12th when we went on vacation, and for the first 3 days of my vacation, I felt super off. I felt really sad. I was waking up and I was crying, and I couldn't really understand it because I was like on vacation with my family. It didn't make sense. But I knew that something had happened. Like, there was something going on, and I didn't even really want to know. But after, I think, about 2 or 3 days, we were in a sports bar and TV was on, and I saw what had happened in Paris, and I wasn't surprised because I'd known something was going on. That was pretty huge. So even if you avoid it, I would suggest a lot of us are feeling it anyway. So yeah. And I've been very moody and had lots of aches and pains and different stuff going on and tears and stuff, and I'm just thinking that it's a combination of myself purging my own stuff and doing my own healing, and also the planet itself and just our whole history, right? We've been treating each other not great all the time for quite a long time, and I think we've been kind of duped into all of that. That's a whole other topic, but yeah, we're definitely in a time of change and healing, and it's going to be a bit rough. So yeah. Anyway, so I want to get on to what I'm doing for myself to try to help myself not get too riled up or excited or too overly concerned, worried about what's going on, because I think this is part of the plan. So one of the things to remember is that people don't if people are not willing to change, if they're not in a position that they're ready to change, then sometimes things have to happen to push them into a certain, corner, basically. So I think really what's going on is similar to what happened here in Toronto with Rob Ford, is that you kind of have to get pushed and pushed and pushed until you realize how crazy everything is seeming. So, yeah, I think just, we're going to extremes now. And it's going to be kind of fascinating to see how this all plays out, because it's pretty wild right now. But for myself, what I'm doing is definitely trying to limit exposure. I mean, first of all, just trying to not watch what's going on as much as possible. But that's kind of almost impossible because it's everywhere. But so when I do watch or get exposed to media, basically what's happening is I try to watch it from an objective perspective and try to just see like how, kind of just pull myself out and see like from a bigger picture, how might this be bringing us forward in our evolution? Like, how might this actually play into, really waking people up? Like, there's some people, I guess, have to get really, really pushed. So, just kind of, and even like a bit of a sense of humor about it. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. So, laughter, because it's really, if we weren't involved, then, this would be some crazy show we'd be watching. So, anyway, if it wasn't so horrifying, I guess. But anyway, so yeah, so try to limit and then try to just watch with as much objectivity as possible. And then, what was the other thing? Okay, so then, all the usual stuff, right? So grounding, so the energy is just crazy right now. Like, I'm feeling it every day. It's just like waves and swooshing me around. I feel like a little boy, not a little boy, but a boy that's in the ocean, that's bobbing around and just possibly tethered by this one chain. So the key is to keep that tether going, right? To like keep that one attachment. So it's whatever you do, whatever's, part of your practice, to do grounding, all of those things they say, nature, water, exercise when you can, try to sit. If you meditate, awesome. If you don't meditate, at least to just sit, in contemplation, allowing yourself to feel this energy and this shift, and knowing that it's going on. It's definitely going on. So, whatever's happening in this, this show they've created for us, just keep yourself grounded in your spot, knowing that, this is all happening for a reason. And keep it very simple. Keep things very simple, just, do your day, keep it, keep your head down, do your thing. Grateful for what you've got, your, family that you have, anyone that's around, or even just grateful for, the leaves, the birds, whatever it is, whatever you can kind of hold on to and ground yourself with is super awesome. And yeah, and then work on your own chakras. So if you can do clearing, and that's about the grounding as well, of your own root chakra, if you can work on yourself and your own insecurities, fears around, your own safety and security, I do firmly believe, as we are all connected, that the healing that we do for ourselves is definitely permeating out into the rest of the world. So, each person, you don't have to go out and heal others if that's not where you're at. But just work on yourself, and it's just so important, not just for yourself, but really it does contribute to the whole. So yeah, good stuff. And and then the last thing is that I'd like to do a kind of a healing meditation. So whether you're a light worker or, whoever you are, it doesn't matter. You can participate in this. I'm a Reiki master, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some symbols. And the symbols, what they do is they specifically direct the energy to where we're sending it. So it's a specific symbol that's used in distance healing. So it goes through time, space. And the most important part, the only really key part of this is your intention. So the stronger that you can focus your intentions, just follow what I'm saying and allow yourself to just really feel the words and set your intentions. And I really believe that this is the way that we're going to change things. Is we're going to change things through our intentions, through our mental powers. Our thoughts are so, so, so important. I mean, I guess that's another thing, is that if you are feeling very emotional, which I am, so I'm not going to say I'm not, just allow them to flow. Allow your emotions to flow. Process. So yes, like, even though these beings and whatnot, whatever's around, they feed off this sort of excited energy, whatever is fear, and all of those lower chakra, or lower, sorry, not chakra, vibrational energies. If we are consciously purging, if we're consciously processing, if we're consciously saying, I feel sad, so I'm just going to cry, and my intention is to cry and allow and to release this energy, then that's a good thing, right? That's awesome. So that's good work. You can send it into the ground, you can send it into a good space, and just keep yourself safe. It's all good. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna do this cool little, I don't know, meditation that I've conjured up. Okay, so just want to sit in a comfortable space, sitting upright. Both your feet on the floor to stay grounded and connected to earth. And just take a breath. Get yourself centered. Okay. So I usually just take my hands and put them kind of in this position. And what I'm imagining, envisioning in my hands is our planet Earth. And before I start this meditation, I'm going to ask my guides to join me. So my guides, angels, specifically my Reiki guides. And I'm asking for any guides that are joining me are having benevolent intentions. So I do not want any energies or entities that are not here for the healing of this planet. If that is your intention, that you're not welcome in this session. The session is intended for healing of this planet, and anyone who's participating, involved in this, is only going to be involved with that intention. So I'd like to invite Reiki energy to pass through my body into my hands so that I may be a channel for Reiki healing energy. We start with our symbol. And I would like to ask now to be able to channel and send Reiki healing energy to our planet Earth. And the quality of this energy that I'm sending is a very calming energy. It's a soothing, calm energy. Nice light blue, turquoise energy. And I'm sending it out to our planet to help calm and soothe all of our nerves. all of our emotions which have been pushed and pulled and tugged. May we all feel grounded. May we all feel secure in our space, in our places, in our bodies, who we are, our connections to others on this planet, our ability to voice our opinions, to use our intuition and our guidance. Now I want to specifically send Reiki healing energy to the people of North America who are very, very entwined in this whole political push and pull debate. Send soothing, calm energy to calm our emotions, calm our nerves. Help us feel secure. Secure in our basic needs. Secure with our safety and our situation. And also to be able to feel connected to each other and not fear each other. To open our hearts and see what's happening for what it's really intended. So that people may awake and step away from all this nonsense and the illusion that's being put in front of us, designed to get us upset. That's not where we're going right now. That's not what's needed on this planet. We need calm energy, we need steady heads, and we need wisdom to prevail. So again, we're going to send healing energy to those people who are in decision-making positions. Whoever you are, you have a soul, you are good. And you have consciousness. And you can use that and tap into it and make the changes that we need. I'm going to send another prayer, strong prayer, that every single person who is involved right now in this healing exercise, that our intentions join and send waves of energy, healing our planet, healing especially this situation, specifically in North America, that the outcome of this situation is for the highest and the greater good of the planet and the people and the evolution of humans on this planet right now. Thank you to Mother Earth for allowing us to send you beautiful Reiki energy. Thank you to my guides, my angels, my Reiki guides. Thanks to all of you, every one of you, for participating, for sending energy, for your intention, for just being here on this planet. It is a very exciting time. And I wish you all individually good luck. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.